So if you have an experience playing gacha games at some point in time, you have to run into the problem on which characters to pull, waifu characters or meta characters. Obviously, the ideal scenario is the character you want to go for is both meta and is a waifu as well. But more often than not, you have to make a choice between the two, so unless you are a whale, you have to make a choice, which brings us to the question, which should we go for, waifu or meta characters? Now it goes without saying that both these types of characters have their own pros and cons. Going down the waifu route, you obviously have a more eye-pleasing experience, and going down the meta route, you obviously have an easier time with certain events coming out or certain challenges. But this question is, for me, is really a no-brainer. Cause why the fuck would I go for a bodybuilder when I can go for a Renaissance? Or why the fuck would I go for this swordsmaster who looks like he's 1000 years old when I can get long-haired girls with big booba? Or why the fuck would I go for this demon lord when I can get this cute lolly? Anyway, the point is, why would I go for a character that I wouldn't enjoy playing when I can get a character that I actually enjoy playing with? That's why, for me, it's waifu 10 out of 10 times. Because meta characters, I might not necessarily like the character design, but because they are meta and just pulling them for the sake of meta is something I go against, because I mainly play games to enjoy myself. And there's no point in playing the game if I'm putting extra stress on myself, because I have to worry about these characters shifting in and out of meta every other patch. Like, speaking of this, can some of these meta slaves just shut the fuck up for once? Like, just because you're pulling for meta and you want to be competitive in a PvE game doesn't mean others have to. So don't go around asking why aren't they doing this, why aren't they doing that, when people just want to enjoy the game. And this is why I don't pull for meta, because I fear that if I go for meta too often, I will become someone like this, and it really leaves a bad taste in my mouth just thinking about it. Which is why I go for the waifus. Like, I'm sure if you ask some of my friends, they'll say I boast about my waifus all the time, but come on man, if you get a character that looks this good, there's no way you won't boast about it. Speaking of which, like, I see some summoning rituals on social media and they're absolutely absurd. Like, I would like to try a summoning ritual at least once, but eventually I just forget and just pull for the character. But for me, basically, I have a taboo, which is if I save the pictures for the character before I get the character, then I would not get the character. And I have experimented this quite a few times, and it's actually true, because some of the characters that I really want, I couldn't get because I saved the pictures. Like, I'm sure there's no science behind this, it's just a me thing, you know. So yeah, that's about the end of this video, and this is just me sharing my personal opinion on how to deal with these problems, which is just holding on to the principle that in the end, this is just a game and I'm playing games to have fun. At the end of the day, it's your choice to make whether you want to go for waifus or you want to go for meta characters. You may find fun in getting the characters you like, or you may find fun in staying competitive with the meta or being good at these games. But always remember that meta characters will come and go, but waifus will stay loyal by your side forever. And see ya!